Right, okay, we're at the New Street Fish Bar in Runcorn. Been meaning to get round to this for quite some time. Last time we came, it was a holiday, we didn't realise, and the times had changed, so we ended up at a different one. Yeah, let's go and give this food a try. Now, this is a 4.9 rated fish and chip shop with over 100 Google reviews. You know, I base everything on my Google reviews. I put it up there for all to see. And you know, I love my gyros, or gyros, however you want to say them. They do all kinds of foods in there. I think they do pizzas. I don't know about burgers, but they do all kinds of stuff. And I'm hoping that the concentration really goes on that fish and chips. I've got Haddock coming. My wife's on her way down the road right now. And we're starving, just hoping that this rain holds off. Oh, look at that. You know what? Sometimes you get them and they're huge. You know, it takes two hands to hold them and all that. And really, it's too much. I'm going to use a fork for this. I just want to have a little look, see what it looks like inside. And I'll fold it back over. Yeah, we've got chips, we've got chicken. The true test here, let me move my plate out of the way for a minute, of a fish and chip shop, of a good fish and chip shop. How's that looking? And this is the large haddock. It's got a nice flavour. That batter, I'm going to put a little bit of low salt on this. I got that from the Isle of Ely open day. It's just slightly on the oily side, but it's got a nice taste to it. It's a cash only chippy. So with this being the large, what they've done is obviously they've used a number of different pieces to make that up, which is fine. I don't mind. Yeah, the fish was absolutely delicious, other than for a little bit on the oily side. It's got a nice crispy batter. Let's get this out of the way. People say to me, why are you eating with your hands? But it's takeaway food. And the idea of it is convenience. It's all about convenience. You pick things up. You get a burger from Burger King. You hold on to it. You eat the chips. You eat them with your fingers. I don't know anybody who eats a burger with a knife and fork. You've got fried chicken from KFC. You pick it up. You won't use a knife and fork. You'll eat the chips with your fingers. You'll even dip the chicken in the gravy or coleslaw or whatever, kebabs. You're going to pick a kebab up, aren't you? You know, you're going to have a wrap and you're going to get it stuck into that. Pizzas, you're going to pick a pizza up. And quite often, there's nothing greasier than a piece of pizza and fried chicken and a kebab. There's just nothing greasier. Sometimes you get, that's a bit heavy on the oil. But if something's covered in sauce, now let's say, for instance, I put all this curry sauce over the chips instead of dipping the chips, say. I'd need a fork. Anyone abroad and all that wondering how to eat it. If you're in a restaurant, that can be a different thing. If you're in a restaurant and you sat at a table and they've served you with a plate, you're going to use a knife and fork most of the time. But it's not going to look bad if you pick it up with your fingers. Let's have a little go at these chips. They're okay. Yeah, there's a lovely texture going on in there. I'd like them a little bit crunchier. Would you like some curry sauce? Yes, I would. Lovely people. Fantastic staff. Well, that's nice. Yeah, it's kind of fruity. All sorts going on in there. Nice little kick at the end there. Try it with a bit of this fish. You'll be able to see the prices of the fish and chips in the description, as always. Yeah, that's quite nice, that. I do like that. I don't like them when they're over pretentious, if you like, with lumps and bumps and fruit and chunks of apple and God knows what else. I like a simple curry. I like any curry, really. But as a preference, I like a smooth curry like that, or a smoothish curry. Let's have a look at these mushy peas. Give them a bit of a stir up. Yeah, okay. Yeah, they're really nice. What I've got here is a curry dip, as you can see there. And it's like a sauce as well. And I was given that and a few other samples from Sammy Lee, the managing director of KJ's. Now, they're the ones that produce the curry paste in Goldfish. You'll have seen it, the big tubs of goldfish, and that goes out to all the Chippy's restaurants and everything. They make 100 tons of the curry paste. They give us a couple of boxes of curry paste for at home as well, which was really nice. And I said to him, I said, I wouldn't mind some of that. He came over with a bag in that. He said, how do you fancy? I said, well, yeah, let's have a little go of it. He said, well, it'd be nice in your cupboard at home and all that, but I'm going to give this a try right here. And I'm going to do it on a potato scallop. I'm not a fan of this kind of packaging because I think it sweats things out a bit, but let's have a little look at this. Those potato scallops look good. That's just a serving, a single serving. I'm going to go for the big one there. Look at that. Again, I mean, scallops are really tricky. I've told you this before. They're okay, but I'm going to try some of this curry. Now, I've never had it before, so it should be interesting. Are you ready? Put plenty on there. That's nice. It's quite fruity, quite sweet, not overly sweet. But yeah, you know what? That is really nice. Well, I thought I'd give it a try. And yeah, I'm happy I did. I'll keep it on board. I'll keep it out for a minute too. Well, let's go back to the computer, where I'll have a look at a low review. If I can find one at 4.9, that's what this shop is. Somewhere in the middle, and a high one. Again, if I can find somewhere in the middle. The people around here are queuing up to get in. It was jam-packed. And yeah, I mean, that says something, doesn't it? So, see there. Right, let's have a look at some of these reviews. And before I do that, if you're in the industry, fish and chip shop industry, which is huge, I found out when I started this. Couldn't believe how big it was and who was involved with it. But if you are in the industry, you have a chip shop or something like that, get yourselves a copy of Chippy Chat and Fast Food magazine. It's loaded with stuff. There's even a little bit on that curry that I tried today. It's got loads of stuff going on in there. It's really interesting. Some great articles. Now, New Street Fish Bar is rated at 4.9 on Google for 110 reviews. That's excellent. 1 star. Food was nice, but the lady with the black hair on the counter serving tonight is rude, with a bad attitude and dreadful customer service. Response from the owner. Hello, Catherine. I'm very sorry to hear that you feel like that. She's been here nearly 2 years working with me, and I don't think she's rude at all. She's very helpful with customers at all times. Anyway, thank you for your opinion. Now, if it's the lady that served us, she was wonderful. But maybe that lady didn't feel so on that day. Now, that was the only 1 star. There wasn't a 2 star. There wasn't a 3 star. There was a couple of 4 stars, and the rest were 5 stars. So that says an awful lot about the shop, doesn't it? Because it's not just opened. Been open for some time. So you'd have known about it by now. Some shops, they can open, say, a month earlier and have dozens and dozens of 5-star reviews. Friends of family and friends and things like that is often the case with any business when they first start, especially a sole trader, when they first start getting going. I know, your family want to get on board. So that's why I like to do my reviews based on chippies that are around 100 or more reviews. It's very rare that I do one that's less. It's just so that the business has had time to iron out any issues and for customers to get used to them or to find any problems that they think are worth a mention. It's just a fairer way of doing it. 5 star. Love this place. Amazing hot, fresh food, exactly as you like it. Huge fresh fish, perfect chippy chips, never greasy, love the gyros too. Leon is the master chef. Paula serves with great fun and banter. So friendly and welcoming. Easily the best in Runcorn. A one-off experience that can't be copied. Fantastic in every way. Mine, 4-star. New Street Fish Bar is a very popular shop with locals, and for good reason. It is a cash-only chip, with staff who are friendly, polite, and working flat out on my visit to keep up with a steady stream of orders. The menu isn't limited to traditional fish and chip fare either. Pizzas and other options also available. The shop itself is quite small, but spotlessly clean and tidy. I chose the chicken gyro, which was just the right size, packed with plenty of chicken, fresh salad, and a few chips, and topped with their tasty take on Greek sauce. The large haddock came in 3 small pieces. I usually prefer it from a whole fillet, unless the batter is exceptional, but in this case, although a little oily, it still had a nice crunch and flavour. The chips were plentiful and mild in flavour, while the smooth curry sauce has a light fruitiness with a gentle kick, just how I like it. The mushy peas had a good, traditional texture, and the potato scallops were nicely thick, though the batter leaned a little heavy. Overall, this is a solid chippy, good food, genuine nice staff. If you live in the area, I'd highly recommend paying it a visit. Cooking in oil, payment cash only, hygiene rating 5, fish reviewed, large haddock. See you on the next one.
It's the Chippy Tour, cruising the coast, can't ignore. With every bite, I'm loving it more. Saving the chippies, that's what I'm for. Yo, I hit the road, got salt in my veins. From London to Scotland, through sunshine and rain. Fish and chips in my hand, it's a noble quest. Supporting the classics, yeah, I'm doing my best. Met a bloke in Troon with a tempura squid. A castle in Wales where I had my bid. From Mushy piece to battered Mars bar. A culinary Johnny, I'm a food rock star. I'm the Chippy Tour, tasting it all. Beef fritter scraps, yeah, I answer the call. Savory scallops, deep fried dreams, keeping chippies alive, that's my team. Biggest fish, battered sausage on a roll. Fish cakes so good they'll nourish your soul. Squid so crispy, prawns in a crunch. A battered mushroom makes the perfect brunch. Deep fried pizza, yeah, wacky delight. Curry sauce pouring tartar inside. But every shop story, it cuts kinda deep. As chippies fade away, it's hard not to weep. Oh, the landscapes I see, the people I meet. Seaside towns, cobble streets under my feet. The ups and downs, but I'll never despair. Gotta cherish these treasures, handle with care. On the Chippy Tour, tasting it all. Beef fritter scraps, yeah, I answer the call. Savory scallops, deep fried dreams, keeping chippies alive, that's my team. So here's to the chippies, let's keep them alive. A heritage feast we need to survive. From batter to chips, I'm here to explore. Oh, na na na, I'm the Chippy Tour. I'm the Chippy Tour, tasting it all. Beef fritter scraps, yeah, I answer the call. Savory scallops, deep fried dreams, keeping chippies alive, that's my team. So here's to the chippies, let's keep them alive. A heritage feast we need to survive. From batter to chips, I'm here to